Hello, my friends. Dr. Ginny Baro here. I'm in a time of transition. Can you relate? What is happening in your world right now that you are perhaps going from one phase of your life or career to a new one? On my end, I'm transitioning on multiple levels. On a personal level, my son, who's 17, is starting his senior year of high school. So you can imagine we are preparing for a transition into college, knock on wood, if all goes well. And that means that life as I know it and as we know it will change. And that could create either excitement or a lot of uncertainty and potentially, as interpreted by many of us, anxiety because we don't know so many things that could happen to both of us as we discover this new phase. And so I want to invite you to notice if there is a specific pattern that you experience when change is on the horizon. I notice for me, I become very organized. In other words, I begin to plan in my head all the things that need to happen so that when he's graduated, he can go off to school and I start thinking about what am I going to do and what does that look like? And if I'm moving, where am I moving? And when am I moving? And how am I doing it? And my mother plans to move as well. So we would be doing the move together, etc. I notice I get in my head. I bring out my project manager hat, which can be very handy. And as I notice that, I also realize that I want to feel into the emotions of transitioning. What is it that excites me about starting anew? What brings a bit of fear, perhaps, or uncertainty about other areas of my life that will be impacted as a result of the move, one of which is my work. And when I lean into that feeling of what's going to change, I want to retreat a little bit. I want to be quiet, to be by myself thinking about those feelings and journaling and meditating. That's where I'm gravitating toward. So, when you are in this space of transitioning, what patterns have you noticed happen to you? Do you find yourself pushing away? Do you get curious about what it could be and excited about it? Do you lean into the logistics of the move or the change or the transition? And what happens to your relationships? How do you feel and how do you respond to change and what it could do to your relationships? For me, it is a time to explore the lasting relationships versus those that are not lasting. It's a time to continue unfolding and not letting fear of what could happen prevent me from realizing a dream or realizing a desire that I have for myself and my family and our family. And in stepping into that space for you, whatever that pattern may be for you, what's most important? What bubbles up to the top for you? When you sit in that space, what is your biggest desire? And you may be asking, Ginny, why are you bringing up all these questions? If you're going through a transition in your career, which I have been through several transitions, it could be a very amazing time of life to explore what a new opportunity could be like, what a new role could seem for you and for the company and for your team, what a new level of responsibility would bring with it. Those are all very exciting things. Simultaneously, you could feel a bit contracted. You could feel that you're scared and you are hesitant versus bring it, which is another reaction. So, wherever you find yourself, I want you to, number one, give yourself grace and forgiveness, as I always say. because you have the right to feel whatever you're feeling. And at the same time, to become mindful about how you show up when you are in this space. And if you're thinking about this transition for you in a way that is preventing you from being more resourceful and creative in the process because you're in your head, like tend to get, I want to invite you to drop into your heart, to drop into the heart and to close your eyes and imagine the move or the transition has occurred. And now you are living your best life. You're living the dream. What does that look like? What does that feel like? How are you showing up? What's most important to you? What do you get the chance to be now that you are in this new part of your life, this transition that you just went through? What are you most proud of and grateful for after having done this transition? And what have you learned in the process of transitioning? And this, I know, could also mean a divorce, a relationship ends, someone you love passed on, and you are transitioning to living a life without this person or without this dear person that you had in your life. And they could be those feelings of, I can't do this. And my friends, with my open heart and mind, I'm here to share with you that, as I share with my son Kyle, everything that is happening for us is training us to live our purpose. There is something for you, a gift for you in that transition. And I want to invite you to open your heart and to feel into that, to ask yourself, what is the gift for me? What am I here to learn? What am I here to experience that will allow me to live my purpose? What is that for me? And once you stay quiet, you will get the answer to your question. It is deep within you. It is within you. Nobody else has it but you. So I invite you to create opportunities where you can have these quiet times to reflect and ask your spirit the questions in your heart. And then listen quietly and journal it. Write it down for yourself. Don't censor yourself. Let it flow freely. Let it guide you. Let it be free to express. And you will hear the answer from your heart. Guidance from the Creator, whatever you believe in. And when you receive that message, trust it. Sit with it. Even if it doesn't seem real, because where you are right now may not be ready to receive the message. Let it land and stay with it and trust the process, my friends. This has been a very unique training today, one that is helping me heal through this upcoming transition, and one that I hope supports you in transitioning through whatever it is you're going through. I want to let you know you are not alone. We are connected. Our energy connects us. And by being in proximity to each other, to being in sharing the air that we breathe together, we are interconnected. And as I elevate my vibration and I help you elevate your vibration, we become higher vibrating beings, supporting each other through this journey we call life. You're not alone. If you need support, you can always find me at callwithginny.com. And no matter whether the transition is personal or through your career, know that there's always support. Open your eyes, look around, and remember to ask for help. Live with purpose, live with joy.